The new year brings a new identity and a bold new car for Sauber, as the team embarks on a major rebranding ahead of Audi's arrival in F1. The stake F1 Team C44, as the car is officially named, sports a striking green and black livery that marks the end of the Alfa Romeo era and the beginning of a 2-year transition to Audi. But the team is not just aiming for a cosmetic makeover, as it faces a tough battle in the highly competitive midfield of F1. To make the most of these crucial 2 years for the team and its co-owner Audi, the C44 features a host of changes that reflect the team's aggressive design philosophy. The team's new technical director, James Key, describes the C44 as virtually a completely new car with only a few parts carried over from the previous model. He told our reporter, Ed Straw, at the team's launch that the C44 is an aggressive design that has a lot of potential for development. When we say aggressive, we mean pushing the boundaries of what you can do in a given area, to give you more space to develop aerodynamically or mechanically, he said. The car we'll see on track is already developed beyond the car we're launching today, and you should be able to see a significant step in refinement, packaging, suspension designs, and so on, compared to last year's car. Some of the changes are hidden under the skin, and some may be revealed later, as the team plans to run a shakedown at Barcelona on Friday, February 9th, before heading to Bahrain for pre-season testing. But there is already one big visible change that stands out: the switch to a pull-rod front suspension. Key explains that this was an aerodynamic decision, as it offers advantages in the way the airflow is managed at the front of the car. It's an aggressive approach, as it's a bit more mechanically risky, but it gives you a better performance from that area of the car, and it's all driven by aerodynamics, he said. If you were a suspension designer, you would never design a suspension for a Formula One car the way it is, especially on the front. It's all aerodynamically led, and it is fundamentally better aerodynamically for the way these cars work. At the rear, Sauber retained the pushrod configuration that it introduced in 2022, thanks to designing its own gearbox casing that allowed it to have different pickup points from Ferrari, which supplies the gearbox internals. By adopting a pull-rod front and a push-rod rear suspension, Sauber follows the same design approach as Red Bull and McLaren did last year. Key does not think that such suspension configurations are a game changer by themselves, but he believes that there is an overwhelming case aerodynamically to have the push-rod configuration at the rear, while the choice at the front was more balanced. The rack's technical expert, Gary Anderson, agrees that a pull-rod front suspension has specific benefits, as it allows more rising rate, which means that the more load the front suspension is subjected to under braking, the more the spring rate rises. This helps resist against that load and stops the front from diving down as much, keeping the aerodynamic platform more stable. I hope this is helpful. Please let me know if you have any feedback or questions.